Execution is key, right? You know, we could all have ideas, we can all have epiphanies, we could all have a great conversation or watch a great movie or read a great quote, and we have this epiphany, but then it doesn't actually change us. And so without actually executing and without changing our identity, right? Because we can really be whoever we want. Without executing and changing our identity, we're not going to get what we want out of life. And so I think that really doubt stops most people from doing things. Fear and doubt. Whether it's starting a business, finding the love of your life, or breaking up with the love of your life. Maybe it's going in a different direction or not listening to people. People have this doubt and they're waiting for the right person to say, no, it's okay, do it this way. You're doing good. And a lot of times, if you just keep waiting, that person's never going to show up. You need to be that for yourself. I've noticed that it's like, okay, so whether you want to doubt it or whether you want to believe it, they're both not really true. Let's just use an example of starting a business. If you start this business, we don't know what's going to happen because we're talking about something that doesn't exist yet. Even if you just started, even if there's something there, but it's not where it is. Well, what's a better belief? To believe that chances are it might not work out, or to believe it's 100% going to work out? Right now, both of those statements are equally true or untrue. So we might as well just say it's 100% going to work out and act as if it's 100% going to work out. Identify as that business owner, do those things that the business owner needs to do to have those things. That's so much better than just having doubt and not actually doing anything and not actually executing on anything.
For sure. Because it also gives you that internal push.
Yes.
Right? That belief that it gives you that push where if you have the confidence that it's going to happen, and I think that's what faith adds a lot to it. To keep you going.
And you know, like with the pushing, you know, a lot of times we have to use these tragedies or negative events to push us, because we have to constantly remind ourselves that this whole thing is a short-lived thing. We have to remind ourselves no one really cares that much about us. You know, whether you say something, don't say something, they're going to forget about it tomorrow. The news cycle is going to repeat. So we might as well just do it. And then I think with confidence and doubt, you know, they go hand in hand. And I think what happens with confidence is, first of all, you have a level of competency, right? So like if you are going to be a veterinarian, you should know how to deal with animals, right? If you're going to be a contractor, you should know how to build a house. So there's the actual knowledge of competency, which is part of confidence. But then there's the idea of like, hey, if it doesn't work out, that's okay. And that's confidence as well, right? And so we have to be really confident in ourselves and convicted. And I think the best way to be confident is when you're coming from a good intention. When you know that you have the best intention, then you should be very confident. Because if I know how to do something and I'm coming from a good place, well, even if it doesn't work out, who cares? I'm doing it the best that I can, and I'm doing it with a good whole heart. So I think intention is very, very strong.
So intention and competency, you'd say, are two variables that once you have them, you can unlock that confidence.
Absolutely.
Because oftentimes I would think, how can I be confident in this? And what you're saying is, well, do you have the right intention? Are you building the right competences? Then you have the right to feel confident, right? You have the right to manifest for something good.
Exactly. And the more you do it, then your competency is going to go up. Your experience is going to go up. Listen, you know, people always talk about imposter syndrome. That's not a bad thing. Listen, if you were the same that you were 5 years ago, that means you didn't grow at all. It's okay to feel imposter syndrome. Confidence is doing it anyway. Confidence is going out there and doing it anyway, putting doubt on the side and putting in your faith that, hey, you know what, whatever it might be, I'm doing this with the intention of helping people, so let me go out there and let me help, depending on what we're talking about.
You also mentioned a couple of times that life is a mirror.
Yeah.
How can someone, let's say, use that advice and be proactive about improving their own life?
Totally. So whatever's happening around you is usually a mirror of what's happening inside of you. So, I mean, we could use different examples. Let's say it's finding love. You know, if you're not in love with yourself, then it's going to be hard to find someone to be in love with you. So if you're constantly meeting people that are taking advantage of you, or if let's say you're a woman and you're meeting men that are, you know, rough with you or putting you down, well, if you see yourself as something in the negative form, a bad self-concept, you're going to attract those people in your life, because it's a lot about standards. So if you had high standards for yourself, you wouldn't let yourself be in a relationship with someone who wasn't treating you well. So I think that the life as a mirror is important, because look around, just look around your house, look around your car, look around your life, see what's going on, and how is these things relating to what's going on inside of me? Maybe how is it relating to what happened in my childhood? And then we have to figure out, is that something that we want to be true, or is that just the story that we're telling ourselves? And now that we understand and we have the awareness, we could change that story. And I think that that's really the important part of life as a mirror, because listen, it's an interesting game to play. Let's say there's something wrong in your house. You have a leak in your house. The bathroom is leaking. So you could say, all right, I'm gonna call a plumber. I'm gonna get it fixed, which you should do anyway. But take a moment and be like, hold on, where in my life am I leaking? Where is this showing me? What is this trying to show me? And you'll be surprised what comes up. And the truth is that it doesn't matter if it's true or not true. That's not the point. It's just changing your perception so you can see something in a different way, so you can come up with a different perception.
So life is a mirror. What you would say is that is linked to the confidence, which is linked to the intentions and the competencies.
Yeah.
So building those intentions, the competencies, building that confidence, and then that's what you portray. That's your mirror. And
Absolutely.
That's become your life.
Absolutely. And I think what happens a lot of times, people from a young childhood, because of maybe ways that they were brought up, they don't feel love. They don't feel that they're worthy. They feel lower confidence, and they need to go back in time in their head. You know, they need to go back using hypnosis, using NLP, and they need to really parent that child. They need to go back there and have a real conversation with that childhood self and give that childhood self what they need. And really, by having a conversation with yourself and coming from a place of being the parent now, moving forward to change that self-image, moving forward to looking to basically making that younger version of yourself change the way they look at their mirror, and then deciding on the future mirror.